Welcome to Daily Scripture Reading. I do not own the rights to this music. Acts chapter 21, beginning at verse 27 and ending at verse 40. This is the Amplified Version. Paul seized in the temple. When the 7 days required to complete the ritual were almost over, some Jews from the province of Asia Minor caught sight of him in the temple and began to stir up the crowd, and they seized him, shouting, "Men of Israel, help us. This is the man who teaches all men everywhere against our people and the law and this place. And besides, he has brought Greeks into the temple and has defiled this holy place." For they had previously seen Trophimus, the Ephesian, in the city with Paul, and they assumed that he had brought the man into the temple beyond the court of the Gentiles. Then the whole city was provoked and confused, and the people rushed together. They seized Paul and dragged him out of the temple, and immediately the gates were closed. Now while they were trying to kill him, word came to the commander of the Roman garrison that all Jerusalem was in a state of upheaval. So he immediately took soldiers and centurions and ran among them. When the people saw the commander and the soldiers, they stopped beating Paul. Then the commander came up and arrested Paul and ordered that he be bound with 2 chains. Then he asked who he was and what he had done. But some in the crowd were shouting one thing and others something else. And since he could not determine the facts because of the uproar, he ordered that Paul be taken to the barracks in the Tower of Antonia. When Paul got to the steps, he was carried by the soldiers because of the violence of the mob, for the majority of the people kept following them, shouting, "Away with him! Kill him!" Just as Paul was about to be taken into the barracks, he asked the commander, "May I say something to you?" And the man replied, "Do you know Greek? Then you are not, as I assumed, the Egyptian who some time ago stirred up a rebellion and led those 4,000 men of the assassins out into the wilderness." Paul said, "I am a Jew from Tarsus in Cilicia, Mersin province, Turkey, a citizen of no insignificant city, and I beg you, allow me to speak to the people." When the commander had given him permission, Paul, standing on the steps, gestured with his hand to the people, and when there was a great hush, he spoke to them in the Hebrew dialect, Jewish Aramaic, saying, "The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today."